Oh, that went really good. You're kind of excited. Obviously, having a full summer here to be prepared, and especially the last couple of weeks, you can't wait to get going. And I thought it was a really good day. It was driven by a lot of our older players. I thought the pace was really good.
A lot of guys have talked about already today just the excitement of being back, a fresh start, a fresh chance. How are you kind of embracing the opportunity of just a new season?
Yeah, I think we were able to start fresh here. Our boat's back in the water here, and we're moving forward. And I thought today was like I said, it was a long-awaited day. I think we were waiting for a while to get going. So jumped back in here today, and I thought we really liked our day.
What was that process like this offseason to sort of turn the page from the disappointment of last year and just start to look at what's possible this year?
Yeah, I mean, I think you take some time and decompress a little bit and get re-energized. Sometimes you go through years like that. It's good to take a little time away. I think it makes you a little bit more excited when you get here. And I think as a whole group, we missed the mark last year, and we're ready to hit the mark this year.
Barry said earlier, one of the things he liked about your approach to the summer was how much you listened to the players and some changes that should be made. What can you recall from those conversations with players like Stammer, like Marchie, like Phil, on what kind of changes you wanted to make going into this year?
Well, I think we collaborated. I think we took a little time to take a break, take a step back, talked early, talked in the middle, talked at the end of the off season. But I think it was a collaboration for both sides. I think I think we have pretty good communication, but I think they have to have a little ownership of it, and we have to have ownership of it together. So I think we had very open conversations, and I think they were overdue. And I think coming this year, we're all on the same page, and we're ready to go.
In terms of some of the changes you made, would you say they were more, or adjustments maybe is a better way to say it, more on the defensive side or on the offensive side?
I think on probably a little bit of both sides. I think it's just the commitment level on both sides of the puck has to be a lot higher, and we some tweaks tactically in a couple different areas, and we're something we'll be working on here through camp.
Roman talked earlier about his feel healthy 100%. A lot of the guys have said obviously that's a big deal. How much of a difference does that make for you to have him back in the
Well, he's our captain, our best player. And to miss him for a substantial amount of time last year, obviously, is never a good thing. So it's great to see him healthy. Number one, forget about the hockey part. I think he battled through that last year. I think he hung in there. Obviously, he's got a lot of pride in this organization. He didn't want to let them down. Probably hung in a little too long for us. And we obviously missed him when he's out. But I think the most important thing is he got healthy. He figured out what was going on. He got himself in a really good headspace, and to see him back on the ice for me, and I think for every Nashville Predator fan or anybody in the organization, is a big deal. And I thought he looked great today.
Eric Hall was saying too that he was really excited to come back, and that his relationship with you was the reason he wanted to come back. What do you think of having him, and how you might want to use him?
Yeah, I mean, I think with Halsey, our relationship goes back probably 13 years. So I was in Minnesota with him. I watched him kind of grow, coached him, was upstairs, worked with him, a little bit of development. Had him in Florida, and then I had him in Jersey, and to see him not just as a player but as a person, develop and grow. I think he's having him in Jersey. He was a great leader for that group. He was a big reason why we had success. Kind of did whatever we asked him to do, plugged holes in all the different areas, and somebody that really good on face-offs, really good penalty killer. And I think for me, is my favorite attribute of him is how competitive he is. He's a big game player. He's ready for any assignment you give him. And obviously our relationship goes back. He's a leader that in our group right now. I think he's going to fit in real well.
Adam Wilsby seemed like a bright spot before he went out with an injury last year. What do you hope to see from him now in his return?
What we saw today, I thought he was arguably one of the best players on the ice today. So it was good to see him back. I think for me, obviously with a little bit of his injury, didn't see any effects of it today, any side effects. I thought he battled. He's strong in front of our net. He almost looks bigger than he has. So it was a really good first day for him.
You've got a really interesting situation with the defense being in Willsby. You've got a lot of players that can play. How important is it for these next few days to see some guys separate and maybe, okay, those are guys that we're going to play every day, and these
Yeah, I mean, I think, obviously we have a lot of depth back there, and even though we're missing Tanner today, so there's going to be a lot of competition, and it's day one. It'll play itself out as it always does, but you hope and you wish everybody's on top of their game. And from the first day, that was a really good first day for a lot of guys. Now we got to wake up, and we'll see tomorrow, and we'll continue to evaluate where everybody is. There's exhibition games, etc. But you're happy to see them. I thought, even I thought a lot of guys, you throw Ufco in the mix and Stas, and obviously the guys that were here last year, Osterley's, I thought he had a really good first day. So, I mean, everybody kind of did their thing, which makes hard decisions for us, but they're good decisions to have as an organization.
What did you like about seeing Brady Martin out there with guys like Phil and O'Reilly? What did he look like out there?
I thought he looked good. It's good for him to see, that's the pace. That's kind of the work ethic of a pro. How they, did that little skate in the end. They pushed that pace. And as a young player, being a young player, you're kind of coming in this for your first camp eyes wide open. And for me, to have him on the ice with those guys to see how they do their thing, how they are as a pro, I think is for a young player. I think if you got your eyes open, it's a great learning experience. So I hope it rubs off on him. I thought he had a really good rookie tournament, and I'm looking forward to seeing him here through camp.